Okay, so everybody, here we are back. I had to leave because of some work. Now I'm back, so I can continue from here on. And okay, this is fine. One more thing, we had to just start the things from here on. Ultimately, we have to hit the HTTP database. We have to get the data from there. That's it. Let's see how it goes. So we have data, and of course we are getting it. So first of all, const response is equal to await. And first of all, let me make sure one thing. अरे मच्छर यार people. Okay, I hope I'm live and I'm audible too. Yeah. Okay, let's simply continue. So we will be getting the Prisma. What do we get? We need access for the event request. Let's do one thing. CD Excalidraw, or we could have used the fetch npm pnpm add access. We can use any one of them, not a big problem. Well, this already existed because we were making a request to the backend. Not really, I don't know. Maybe we were making a request from the front end to the backend somewhere. Okay, by the way, let's go ahead. Await access dot. We have to import it first of all. Access dot. What we'll have a get request. http://localhost 4001 slash public pencil data, something like this. This is how we'll get it. And then when it comes to data, so return response dot data. It's going to be like this, by the way. As for this response, yeah, I think this is fine. Once we got the data, then what we are gonna be doing, once we got the data, then the next thing is going to be we will be setting the data. Do we even need to set the data? No, we don't need to do that. Render. The data will be the combination of many ones. Yeah, that's right too. Render data dot data dot for each, not really, not like this. For each we'll get data here, and once we have that, we have to render something. What is the problem? Isn't this data? Response dot data. Now it's gonna be all right, because we are sending that. Yeah. And once we have this, what is the problem? Do we need to use await here too? For each does not exist on type promise. Data is the promise. How can this be async? Okay, because of this thing. We got the data now. Const result that we have got. Once we have got the result, Let's do one thing. Get, what do we have to get? What can I name it? Get pencil data, something like this, and at the end of the day I will be just simply running it here, get pencil data, something like this. So this thing is done, and remaining things can be done inside it. So here const data is equal to response dot data, and inside that we have data. Then data dot for each should be fine this time. Yeah, data for each we will be getting pencil data. Ultimately pencil data will be getting inside it, and once we have got that, we'll be calling render pencil, and we'll be giving it data. When it comes to that, we have start x, not like that. We have start x, we have start y, we have mouse x, and we have mouse y. Implicitly has any type, that's okay, but this is how I will be just giving them the data. So this thing is done, and at last I need to provide the ctx. By the way, ctx will be like ctx ref dot current. This will be done. What is the problem? It does exist, and as for these things, let me give the type to all these, and the type is going to be number. I will be getting all these things from the data, of course. Okay, what is the problem? Duplicate identifier number. Huh? Really? Duplicated binding element number implicitly had any type. What is the problem? Binding element start x implicitly has any type. Okay, that was my bad. It should not be like that. It should be rather like this, and then over here I will be giving the type. And as for these things, let the type of those is gonna be number, like this. Yeah, right now it's fine. Well, defining type here is really a bad practice. I have to keep in mind, and then next time onwards I can define the type somewhere else and then import here. That's not a big problem. The main thing is that whether this thing is working fine or not. Let's see. Okay, time to review, like do it practically. pnpm dev. And then pencil data, not here, maybe here. Localhost 3002/pencil. Gonna be crazy, because this time, okay, WebSocket connection failed. A WebSocket connection failed. 4000. And got access error. Is.tss103. I'm getting data from pencil. Okay. Ultimately, this is where I'm simply facing the issue. This is this. It's saying that WebSocket connection failed. Good to connect to the WebSocket directly, and then call it here. Once we have WebSocket connected, then I'm gonna be calling this thing here. Let's see whether this thing works that way. Let's reload the page. WebSocket connection is ready, but still I'm saying that localhost failed. Why? I'm getting the Axios error. in promise. That means I'm not getting the data from the access side. Okay, we are here. This is where I'm fetching the data, but I'm getting the error. It's running on, oh, what is the port? npm. Let's check this thing out properly. Oh my god, that's my bad. Sorry. I should be running it on the root directory, but I was running it here, npm dev. And by the way, I think the HTTP server, that pencil HTTP, where is that? WS pencil and HTTP pencil, it's running on 4001. That means it should not be a problematic thing. Now I can check it. Reload the page. XCS error, I'm still getting that. Well, I can get this thing. Okay, I'm able to draw and all, but this thing I'm getting XCS error. That could be because HTTP localhost 4001 pencil data. Let's wrap it inside a try catch block. CLG error fetching the data, and this is gonna be the error shown here. So this thing is done. Data, that's bad. Let's do one thing. Let's copy the whole code this much. That's my bad. Let's select all of this and move it top to the top, and this much should be fine. We are getting the data. Mainly this was unable to connect. Why was this unable to connect? I think this should work. Let's go to Axios. Use this one. Send. Yeah, we are getting the data. Even we are getting a lot of data. So this should not be a problem in here, but I'm still facing that. Then I need to take care of it. Reload the page. Well, this time it's all right. So what did I change? I'm still facing that actually. Error fetching the error, network error, access error, error. Error, network error, access error. Come on, yaar. Axios is causing me this problem. Why am I even getting this thing? What can be the reason? Course, yeah. I think that is the course error. Let's go here and all reload it. Pencil data course error. Yeah, knew it. What now? Nothing. Just enable course thing. Where was I? I was inside HTTP, not HTTP pencil. Okay, apps, HTTP pencil, text.ts, cd. We have to first of all come inside it. Then we have to install npm, not npm actually, npm add course. This time maybe I will have to import the types of that. I will have to install the types of that too. Course from course. Yeah, types are needed. npm add types in the web dependency section at the type slash course. After that app.get not app.use course, and like this. As for the origin, so origin is going to be for all. Should be fine, like this much will be okay. cd, few steps back, npm dev. So this thing is done. Let's see whether it's working or not, or we are getting the same error. Console, refresh. We are not getting the same error, but we are not getting the data here. If we are not getting the same error, that means we should be getting the data that we are not getting. Page.tsx data is here for each. Let's do one thing, clg data, and check this thing out. Refresh the page. We've got the data. There's a lot of data, and once I got the data, then once I got the data, I'm actually running data for each, and this render pencil is rendering the things. CTX current. Okay, this is also here. This is happening when? This is happening when I haven't even created a context. That is true. I need to keep that thing in mind. That WebSocket itself, let's create. First of all, let's keep it here after WebSocket. But even then, this is not the right place for it, I think. The problem is that even if I have created a WebSocket, I haven't created a context yet. And if there is no context, then that's gonna be problematic thing. So canvas ref, I should create context before that, over there only. So the context is going to be here. Canvas is here. Let's copy the whole thing. I will be changing this code here. So we are setting the values, and after that we are getting the WebSocket thing done. And once that is done, we are getting the pencil thing done. Once WebSocket connection is ready, even before getting this thing done, I need to create the canvas context. And for creating the canvas context, let's create that here only. Let's see how it's gonna be happening. So we have created canvas, that is from canvas. So do we need to have it here? Yeah, we need to have it. And by the way, canvas ref we already have, and canvas ref current, it already has the value. And then we are creating the context, get context, we are even setting it here, and then we are returning it once it is set. So we don't need to worry about this thing much here. Like this thing we don't need to create. Just a sec. Const ctx is equal to ctx ref dot current. We'll easily get it from here. So that's done. So ultimately what we are doing here, we are using the same thing here as well, because we need to do that. Ultimately we are using the context here, and the canvas, do we need it? Canvas is needed for creating the context. That's true. So it's actually going to be like this. I need to make it ultimately I need to format it, I need to make it better. That's okay, but first of all, let's see whether it works or not. We got the data 16. It should be even more than that this time, 805, but we are not getting any response here. Then we are calling pencil data. We are getting the data, at least first of all. Once we got the data, inside that we are getting the things done. So inside that we have the data, and that data is calling this. We have ctx.ref.current. This time we don't have that, rather we have ctx only, ctx directly. Oh, now I don't know why it doesn't work. I am getting the values. These are the values that I am getting. There are too many actually, so let's do one thing. Erase, like delete all of them. Right now I must not have any value. That's good. And this time I have empty. So this thing I've drawn. Let's reload the page. And this thing is there, 80 values are here. When it comes to this value, if I have a look at them, so they have id, start x, start y, and the values they keep changing. That's good. I have these values, and once I have these values, getting these values actually, but the problem is I'm not getting the result. Yeah, even I'm sending back the data to me, so I must be getting in the data box section. Even that is not a problem. Socket, reload, localhost. We send it, we don't get it back. Why don't we get it back? Aren't we sending it from that side? We don't get the data back from the. By the way, here we have the data should be rendered, but it's not rendering. That is something we need to keep in mind. And get pencil, allow window. Things are okay. Things are messy, I know. A render pencil we have here, it simply takes it and simply renders the things. It takes these things and with the help of this. Okay, this is the, I think the problem is. Okay, we have to use start X here, and we have to use start Y here. So right now it's using them, and it should be simple. Let's see. We are getting it, but we are not getting it here. How can I make sure that whether I'm getting it here or not? Never. I'm just doing this thing, so I can just say ctx.fillStyle. That's gonna be hashtag FFF. Just gonna be on the top. Oh, crazy stuff! You have no idea what I've done right here. Suppose I have built this circle type. This is not a circle. If I refresh the page, I'm still getting this. What the hell? So much it took. All the day I've been using. Look, the thing is that what I've done right here doesn't matter what you make. I'm saying hi there. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is the thing I have written, and I can make my house in here. This is really bad. This is not my house. I'm really bad at drawing. But suppose this is a house type something. Well, this is not house. I can make a tree at least. Okay, I'm good at it. This. So I made all these things. If I refresh the page, I'm still getting these things here. That is the data coming from my backend. Oh shit! I did it. Crazy stuff. And the data is being saved here actually. Over here, all the data is getting saved. If I just execute the script, so this is the data. Like how many rows I have, I don't even know. There are many rows. And if I actually remove the data from here, all the data will be gone. So if I just run this command, and right now I don't have any data in here in my database, that means this time if I reload the page, there is no data at all. But if we just draw something, I even have my pad to draw the things, so let me connect it and draw the things well. Otherwise it will be crazy stuff doing these types of things. How can I connect it? Yeah, it's connected. It's time to write the things properly. It's dirty actually. Never mind. So here we can start writing. It does not work. Really? The mouse, does it work? It does. Why is it not working? Crazy. It should be working, but it's not working. Never mind. I think it may work on this one. Pen. Okay, it's working here, but it's not working on my project. That's crazy. I need to fix that. That could be something like that, but okay, never mind. My mouse is working, that's enough. I don't even know like why it doesn't support the pad. It's okay, we can just make the diagrams here. These are the diagrams that we are making. This is the something really bad at this something. Okay, suppose this is what we made, and if I refresh the page right now, it remains here. That is the best thing. That means we have done one thing. We have implemented this thing, and now I can even make the code better. First of all, this render pencil is here. Render pencil takes care of the most of the things. Ultimately, we give the values to render pencil, and it simply renders the pencil, as simple as that. Then there are 3 use effects that we have used. The first use effects runs, or all of them runs on the first reload, but this does not re-render again. So what we are doing, the first of all, we are actually setting the value of the window. We can keep these things out, can't we? I think so. We should be able to keep these things out, like here. Getting the error, I can't actually. Let's keep it inside that, not a big problem. Okay, so this is the first thing. We are setting the value. We are setting the sizes ultimately. The name is not quite good, so I can make it set size. So here we are just simply we have even this. That's problematic. Set. Okay, set value is enough for now. We may figure it out later. And after that, we are connecting to the WebSocket. And once we have connected to the WebSocket, even we can do one thing. We can have a function altogether. We cannot keep functions outside. Why? Let's even figure this thing out. If I just try to keep the function outside in here, and what is the problem? Calling set state synchronously within an effect can trigger cascading renders. Effects are intended to synchronize state between direct and external. Well, this is being called when it's running. So that's right, it should be inside that. My bad. So this is done. Then we are actually getting the WebSocket connection ready. This can be outside, by the way. I highly think so. Connect to WebSocket. Const connect WebSocket connect. Yeah, WebSocket, that would be okay. Then we have this much. Let's see whether we can actually keep this particular code outside or not. Like this much we have, and let's keep it here, and connect to WebSocket, something like this. Yeah, it's soccer, not socket. It works. It does not work. Can't find. Connected to WebSocket, it works. Ultimately, this is how we can actually connect it to the WebSocket. We can even keep this code outside somewhere. That is working fine. This was not working fine. I can figure it out, the region. And then we are actually initializing the canvas and CDX. And for this particular thing, canvas can be initialized outside. CDX can also be initialized outside. Any get context, as simple as that. Canvas is already there. The next one is going to be const get. We can keep them outside too. It's not required to have here, but okay. Get a context, and this is going to be like this. And here we are just making it a little better so that we don't have many things here. Get context. Okay, so right now at least it's readable. We are setting the values, we are connecting to the socket, we are getting the context, and once we are getting the context, this particular thing is handling that thing. It's first of all it's getting the canvas, then this is how it's going on, and then we are getting the pencil data. Get the pencil data. We are getting the pencil data. So let's even keep this outside. This can be kept outside. We are getting the pencil data. The thing is that we will not have the context over there, So we will have to send the context from here on. So when we get the pencil data, we said send the context ctx. Okay. ctxref dot ctx. What is the problem? In here we don't have ctx. Let's get ctx here. Now we have ctx. Has implicitly any type. The type is gonna be canvas rendering 2D context. Context 2D. This thing is done. And just a sec. ctx is here. What is the problem? It may not. What is the problem? That should be current. Yeah. Done. And does exist. So this thing is that get pencil data. We are getting the pencil data, and ultimately that's getting saved to. And this thing is here. WS is not present. Oh my god. WS is not present. Yeah. So this time. WS ref dot current. How about this? And I can make sure that it does exist. Okay, so we are just returning it. Set value, remove value. Ultimately this is how it looks like now. Things are quite readable, not the best way. Because the best way could be to keep them in a different file, then export from there, import here. But here what we are doing, when the first use effect is running, we are first of all setting the sizes. That's okay, setting the value. We are connecting to the WebSocket. Once we have connected to the WebSocket, we are getting the context of the canvas. Of course, get canvas context. I can say get canvas context. I can rename it better. And once I've got the canvas context, I'm getting the pencil data. Once I'm getting the pencil data, I'm re-rendering the data as well at the same time. So when I just go here, I'm simply getting the pencil data from the HTTP server. Okay, and once I got the pencil data, then I'm simply use a for each loop. Yeah, that is that. And I'm simply rendering the pencil data in here. So that this is how it is going on right now. Once this thing is got done, then even window.add event listener resize. This is for resizing the size. This can be just anywhere. It can be maybe at the top. It can be maybe at the end. That doesn't matter. It's mainly for whenever we resize the page. That whenever we resize the page, the size of the canvas should change as per the page. That is only for. This is only for that only. This is only for that only. Okay. So this is how we've been doing the things. So this is the first use effect. It runs on the page reload. Then we just when the page mounts for the first time. And this is the second one. It runs when pencil data changes. Whenever like this one is mainly for when we draw diagrams. At that time, a request is sent to the WebSocket server. WebSocket saves the data in the database as well as sends the data back. Okay, at that time pencil data comes, and if pencil data changes, in that case this happens. Okay, first of all we are getting the context. Okay, because we need to play with that. Then if pencil data is not, I'm just simply returning from here. This is just an extra safe thing for us. And then we are getting the start x, start y, these things, and then we are simply of course this is commented. I can uncomment it too, but the thing is that I have commented it because I don't need to get my data back. I need to send this data to other people. Okay, so I have to change this code in my backend so that it does not send data back to me, rather it sends data back to other people, right? So in that case this thing is gonna be happening. But the thing is that other people, that means except me, it should send the data to everybody. So I have to make it optional, like if it is present only then make it visible, otherwise do not make it visible. And this is mainly for concurrent feature, like whenever I draw something it should be shown there. So hey, दुकान बंद है अभी. Alright, let's simply go ahead. By the way, this particular feature I will be implementing at last. A boy came and asked me for some things, so I said the job is closed. Okay, never mind. So this thing is also done. By the way, I need to work on this whenever need to work on this. But the thing is that how can I work on it? I'm already sending the data from there, and I don't want the data on my side, but I want the data on other people's side. For this particular thing, what can I do? If I turn it on, then I get many things. I need to even clear the window. Like, okay, this is crazy. Okay, here we are. The thing is that this time if I draw, this is crazy stuff. This is working. Well, this is working fine. Don't know why this is working. Last time I was facing the error. It could be the context we are getting. Just a sec. Alright, by the way, let's simply continue. By the way, this thing is working right now. Don't know why, but let's see. Last time I had to clean that. It could be because I'm setting the context in there. I will figure out the reason behind that, but yeah, that's great if it's working. Yeah, maybe I'm setting the style when I'm rendering the things. It could be because of that. Yeah, it's working really fine, yeah. This is crazy. First of all, let me delete everything from my database. Done. And now I should not be getting all these things. The reason is this that I've done. This could be, let me check first of all, this particular thing in here. I'm setting the style in here, and it could be that because of this I'm getting there. Let's see. There's nothing. Well, it's still working. I should be happy that it's working. Okay, I have removed that from there. Let's get it back. Even I'm just simply setting it here. That's good. Let's reload the page, and here I've got this really bad thing. It looks really bad whatever I've drawn, but okay. I'm setting this thing in here. That's okay. I don't really have any problem with this. Let's do one thing. Let's collapse this. And apart from this particular thing, this is the another use effect that we need. Okay, I don't even need to work on it. It's working fine. So let's remove this thing and let's see whether it keeps working like that or not. And this is the another thing. We are getting the CTX. Okay, if there is no CTX, this is the same actually. This is the use effect. We are getting the canvas.current. We have got the canvas. We are getting the CTX. Okay, so we need to have the canvas as well as the CTX. We are getting them from the reps, or we can do it like this. Okay, that was better idea. We are filling the style here. We may not even do this. If we don't fill the style, it will still work. Let's see. First of all, we are getting in by default, and here the color is being set automatically. Like whenever I'm rendering the pencil diagrams, I'm setting the style over there, like the color should be this. Even I can make it far better. So far I've been saying that the color is going to be white. I can change the color to red. Any color can be there, and then you will be able to draw any color. Depends, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So this thing is done, get position and everything is here. Well, fixed. Ultimately this thing is done. By the way, the feature of this thing is here like this. If you draw it slowly, it will be like this. If you draw it faster, it will be sharper. But this is up to you. You can even change this thing. But first of all, I can even change the colors right now. If I want to change the colors, then I need to send the color type to the database, so that the next time I get that, I will see that color. Yeah. But that's not a big problem. That can be done easily. The thing is that somewhere not somewhere actually, when I render the things in here, I'm setting the I'm setting the thickness somewhere, if I want, I can make it constant. Like here, I'm setting the thickness like this. This is where the thickness is being sent. I can just comment this. By default, the thickness is going to be 1 that I set on the top. So this time, if I just have a look at the things, if I reload the page, it's gonna be like this, and this is how the page is gonna be looking like. Let's do one thing. Let's make the thickness twice, and that can be made on the top. This is where thickness is gonna be twice of the. Yeah, this is how it looks great. Right now we can delete the things again, they are crazy. Now we can reload the page, and now whatever I wanna draw, I can draw. So this is how I am drawing the things. This is done. Whatever. Okay, you got that. But the good thing is that even if I refresh the page, it works. And not only this, come on. Even if I stop my server, and of course I will not get the data right now at all, because the server is stopped. That means it will say that not found or something. Yeah, can't be reached. If I restart my server again, I will get the same response. Why? Because of course I'm using the same database. So let's reload the page and wait for a while. Of course, here we've got the same result. So this is how things are working, and thankfully we've done the remaining things. We have worked on pencil thing, so now we will be working on implementing it to our main project, and we can add colors. Yeah, of course we can add colors, and we have to work on many features. Like we have to work on pencil is done, we have to work on line. That could be the easiest thing, so I don't need to worry about that. We have to work on ellipse, not eclipse, and we have to work on selecting things so that we can select and draw here and there, and we have to work on zoom in and zoom out feature, many things. But we will make it the best project ever this time, because I don't really think I need to learn anything else right now. I just simply need to work on the projects and just keep learning or working. This is how it's gonna be going on, and that is why I want to make it the best project I've ever made. Here what all I'm doing, I'm using TypeScript, I'm using DevOps, I'm using Turbo Repo, I'm using HTTP server, I'm using WebSocket, and I'm using Canvas. This can be the best feature ever of any application, and that is why first of all I'll be working on the project that has already been built so far, and then the next time I will be building everything from scratch once everything's clear. So this is the plan for now. We'll do all level best, and it's 4:40, so around we have given a lot of time to this particular thing. It's time to switch to Docker. Let's learn about Docker things, and yeah, this is how we are gonna be going on. Let's close this. We will start working on this tomorrow. For now, let's stop everything. The volume is gonna be lost, I know, but never mind. I haven't created a volume. Let's stop it. Images. Let's do one thing. Let's close everything for now. This thing done, this thing is done, this thing. Let's check my AWS account. Is the bill being increased or not? But now I will be learning about Docker very soon, and when I am learning, I don't even need to watch a video today. Actually, I've learned enough. I have to just simply implement them. I've learned even about network. I've learned about volumes. I've learned about Docker. Many. So many features here, like so many authentication steps. But now that's let me even change the title. Right now I'm working on 4.35. That's amazing. Like it's not being increased. even just yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday, I created another AWS account. Over there I have $100 free credits, so it would be great to use them and then learn the things. Good thing is that we know how to use this too. Billing preference, payment preference, and now I know the reason that the snapshots that I had created, they were causing my bill to just increase. So I can just simply remove it. I can have just the last one and remove the remaining ones. This is how it's gonna be going on. Let's have it. It may be helpful in future. So this thing is done. Even we can, there are so many features, we can just increase the size of these things too. Wow. Yeah, it can, it is possible. Talking about Docker, let's remove this thing, even this thing. Okay, time to do some funny stuff. Not funny stuff actually. Let's go to Docker. Gonna be revising everything that I've done from the beginning, like since the beginning, and then yeah, that's it. This is all that I'll be going through. Maybe I will be learning at the end, but first of all, it's all about revision. I should be changing it, the title. The title should be this, working on Excalidraw. Not really. This time it's gonna be Docker and Excalidraw clone. I've done that. Okay, there are many things actually. These are the commands. Let's talk about all the commands from the beginning that we have learned so far. Okay, and this is how we are gonna be going ahead. First of all, let's start it from the beginning. We will be going through it later. Here we are. Docker run name Postgres, this. Okay, let's start from here. First of all, Docker login simply lets us log in. Okay, I can keep it on the other side. Let's keep it. Yeah, this would be great actually. Let's keep it here. First of all, we can open this time. Let's open VS Code only. We'll be working on it. Let's open Docker. We worked a lot even on this thing. Oh, we are gonna be using all of that. If we are using two things in the same container, then we will be using this. Let's close this one. It's time for a quick revision, whatever you call that. Okay, what all we'll be doing here. The first thing, it looks better. First thing, Docker login actually simply lets you log in inside the Docker. Of course, you need to just enter this command whenever you just you are logged out or not. You can even run Docker logout to just simply log out. It will even work with that. We have Docker run Mongo. We can just simply run any instance. We have Docker image. We can see the images. So we have let's see the images that we have. Docker images. How many images we have right now? Let's play with this thing like this. Okay, so these are the images we have. Some of the images we have created, some of the images we have pulled from the hub, something like that. So this is how it is. Then we have Docker RMI, and then we can remove anything. Suppose if I wanna remove Mongo, I can remove that. So let's even do that. Well, I don't really need to do that, but okay, we can do that later. So this thing is done. We have Docker process status to see all the process status. There are none running right now, and we can even say Docker process status all. That means even if they have been stopped, I will be able to see them. So these are the many statuses. Many of them are running. So let's do one thing. Let's start killing them one after the other. Docker, they are killed. Let's remove them. So this is the first one is removed, then second one is removed, then 1 2 third one is removed. It will take a lot of time, so let's do one thing. Docker desktop. It's done. This is gonna open. Once this, I thought I am not gonna take much time while revising the things, but let's see. We will be talking about all the commands that we have learned about Docker, and today we will be actually learning Python from the. I've gone through Python refresher, but it's better to learn it from the beginning. So we'll be learning just in the live itself. It's not like I don't know Python at all, but it does not mean that I know it at all. Okay, this is not opening. Let's open Task Manager. Docker, end this. Docker execute. Well, it opened. Amazing. So here we are. So ultimately, how containers. Let's have a look at them. These are the containers that are there. Let's close all of them. User app. Let's close all of them. Delete all of them ultimately. Done. When it comes to Docker images, I have many images. Many images in the sense Postgres. I have Mongo. I have Hello World. I created. Unstoppable, the code test app I created. Users app I created. So yeah, it's just like that. We can even delete this, and this. So let's delete them. Let's remove them from the terminal. What is the use of doing them from here? If I have a look at the Docker images, so these are the images that we have. Docker, we can remove the images, and the first image is gonna be hello world, hello hello world, something like this. This is what I wanna remove, and done. Okay, got the run. There should be, I think, only one hyphen. Well, again, that's bad. That means previous one was better. What is the problem with this particular thing? I think hello world app, that was hello world app, sorry, my bad. Hello world app. Okay. Exit. Here we are. Docker images. We have these Docker images. I wanna just remove one of them. So Docker remove. If I give the name of the image, this, I should be able to remove that. Well, that has been untagged right now. That's great. And then Docker remove. I wanna remove this one too. So let's remove this. That's bad. I wanna remove actually this one. So this one is removed and one more is remaining, so let's remove that too, and that was users. I will be recreating them, so that is why I'm removing them. So right now if I have a look at the Docker images, so we have these, just two images we have. When it comes to Docker containers, like Docker processes, we don't have any process running. Even when it comes to Docker processes for all, that's even not running. So this is the thing right now. Let's go ahead. And so we have gone through many. We have Docker login, we have Docker run, we have Docker image, we have Docker remove, RMI. We have Docker PS, Docker kill. We can kill the containers, but there are no containers running. I can start suppose Mongo, and then kill that. Suppose okay, that was my bad. I can start that MongoDB. So Docker run. I'm running MongoDB. First of all, I have to define the port where I want to run it. So the port is gonna be 27018, and that port is gonna be 27018, and in the container it will be running on 27017. I'm not running. I'm not getting the data on my local machine on port 27107 because I already have MongoDB installed, and that is running on that port, something like that. And port is done. What about other things? I can give it the name. Name is gonna be suppose MongoDB. Okay, I've given it the name. What about the other thing? I can give it the volume, I can give it the network, but okay, let's worry about them later on. And I can give it the name of the Mongo. It should work. I can give it the environment variables, but I don't think it needs right now. Let's simply go ahead. And it is started running. When it is started running, so I will be able to see Docker process status. So I'm seeing that particular container in here. I can even kill this particular Docker. So Docker kill, and I can kill using this command. Let's kill this. As soon as this is killed, it will stop because it has been killed. If I have a look at the Docker processes, I will not get any. So Docker ps, I'm not getting any. Docker start, if I write Docker ps and for all, I am getting this particular container that is not running but that is present. So I may be able to Docker start help. Let's see whether it Docker starts. I have to just give the options. Okay, let's give it the option. I should be able to start the container that is stopped at Docker start. This is something I'm trying for the first time. I've never started a Docker. From here, from the terminal, Docker process status. Oh wow, that is amazing actually. Appreciate it. We can start it, we can kill it, we can start it. That's the best thing ever. So we have Docker start as well, and we have Docker stop. Do we have Docker stop? Docker stop help. Shorthand has been deprecated. Okay, it has been deprecated, it's not being used, but I think Docker the first one, Docker start wasn't deprecated. It also has been deprecated. So what else do we have? Substitute for Docker. Substitute for Docker start. What Docker alternative? Who's gonna read this much here? Docker means a lot of things. Do you mean alternatives to Docker containers? Why am I reading like this? Okay, never mind. Let's forget about that. How to start a stopped Docker container? Yeah. Docker PSA. That's okay. Docker commit container ID user. Commit to stopped container. This command saves modified containers state into a new image user test. Okay, it will save it in a new image. That's okay. Docker run. With a different TI entry point. It can work. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Like it can work like this only. We don't need to use start. We can use first of all Docker ps. It is already running, so let's do one thing. Docker kill. What do we want to kill? We want to kill the current process that's running, so this one, let's kill it. So we have killed it, and we can say Docker ps. We don't get any. Now Docker ps for all, we'll get it. Then Docker run, and we can run this particular process. Unable to find image locally. Oh, not working. Okay, not working. Start a run with a different entry point. I'm not worried about the entry point. Commit stop the container. Commit, I don't even want to commit. Find stop the container ID. Allow. How to run stopped containers? Wrong here. I don't want to take the help of AI. It's better to go through docs. It's better to go through the Stack Overflow. You will learn many things. Docker run D. My image. I launch a Docker container from an image with the following command. Docker run D my image bin SSH. Okay. When my command is finished, the container is stopped. I suppose it is stopped, but it is not deleted because I can see it with this command. That is right. Is there any way to restart this container with the same parameters and keep data generated by my command? Well, yes, with the same okay. Docker start container. I've already used this, but this is saying that it's deprecated. Yes, when the CMD task finishes, it's executing either normally or because of an error, including the command you are trying to run is a bad command. The container stops. You can stop the container by using this. If you want to see the output of your command, then you should use add AI options. A for all, I for don't know. Options where A tells Docker to attach the container. Oh, A tells Docker to attach the containers to std out and std to your current terminal, and I tells Docker to attach stdin. There is also a restart command, but that is only for restarting. I still running container, not stop the container. Well, amazing, good job. But the thing is that this is saying that it's deprecated. Second, you can easily stop the container using this. Once the container has been started, you can run your command docker execute container name bash. Yeah, that's right. Docker restart. Okay. This one thing that I know I can use that. Docker ps and a. I'm getting that. Docker start, and if I just run help for it, it is saying that flag shortened h okay, it was saying that h-h, this particular command has been deprecated. I thought start command has been deprecated. Stop. Aliases docker stop. Okay, that's great. Let's go continue. We have run, we've gone with that. We have port, machine port plus container port. That's okay. We have docker images, docker process, docker run, docker build. Let's talk about docker build, how it actually works. For that thing, we will have to create a file. Let's do everything from the beginning. Will be great. Okay, we will not take the help of anything. We will just do everything on our own. So first thing first, we need to create a folder. So let's create a folder, and the name is gonna be docker testing. We are just testing the things, right? Let's go inside the folder. cd docker testing. Hey, what am I doing? One step back. ls docker testing docker. Let's just open this one. Okay, it should work fine, but it's not working. We are inside docker. Well, that's already open. We try to go docker cd docker testing code. Yeah, it's open. Okay, let's work on this one. So we have docker testing folder in here. Let's go ahead. And what are we gonna be doing? First of all, let's initialize git. Not needed, but first of all, this master doesn't look good, so I will be checking that out. Git status, do we have git? Oh my god. cd ls -al. I don't have git here. Then where do I have the git? cd docker ls -al. We have git in here. Why do we even have the git thing here? Because I needed to get a package. Okay, got that. By the way, I can change the name. So git branch m main. Done. Then cd docker testing ls. We are here. What do we have to do right now? First of all, let's create a folder. What do we want to do? We want to build the things, right? For building the things, let's create a TypeScript project and build that. Simple. How can we do that? First of all, we will be using pnpm from now onwards. So pnpm init. Simple. Done. Oh my bad. That's not really bad actually. So this thing is done, and once this thing is done, then code package.json. Okay, we have created the package.json file. Let's do one thing. Package manager pnpm, we are using that. It's good to use this because I've been in the habit of pnpm like since using pnpm since I started working on turbo repo and mono repo, so it's better to go with this. And we'll be building the things. Let's get this stuff done really quick. First of all, we will be working on a TypeScript project, so we will need to build this. So this thing is done. After that, we will need to start this. So this thing is also done. Node, the main folder will be inside this. So though that's not created yet, so but it's gonna be like that. This thing is also done. Then the next one is gonna be development option. So that's gonna be pnpm. I can even write pnpm build and run is optional over here, pnpm dev. So this thing is done. As for main file, so that's gonna be this.index.js. First of all, one more thing, I'm gonna be making it giving it type module. So this thing is also done. Anything else? Good thing can be if I actually run a turbo repo project. Crazy stuff, running a turbo repo project. It can be great. I've never done it actually. Running a turbo repo project inside a container, making the image of that, because I worked with TypeScript, so TypeScript is not a big problem. I've never worked with the turbo repo things, so let's do it. We'll do it later, by the way. Let's continue with this thing only. That's not kind of the hardest things, we can easily do that. Oh, what am I doing? Code package.json. As I have started, so let's get it done really quick because we are just in the revision process and all. So this thing is done, PNP is done. Anything else? Nothing is required now. Let's create a folder. mkdir, src is created. Touch src index.ts. Keep in mind ts. And we can initialize pnpm tsc init. Will it work? npx tsc init works. pnpm tsc init, I don't know. Let's see. It does not work. tsc is not recognizable. That's okay. This is still doesn't work. Then execute. Oh. TSC command not found. Yeah, that's sorry, my bad. First of all, pnpm add TypeScript as dev dependency. Even if we need to install Express and all, that's gonna be pretty simple. It will not be like pretty simple project that we will be actually running inside the container. We will be building the image, then we'll be getting the stuff done. Let's see. pnpm and what? Add Express and pnpm add the types of the Express like this in the dev dependency section. This is done right now. So this much we've done so far. Let's go with this one. Let's quickly write the normal HTTP server code, HTTP code. Yeah, using Express. Import Express from Express. This thing is done. Const app is equal to Express. Pretty simple, not quite something tricky here. Do we need to use an environment variable? We'll have to give it inside that. Gonna be interesting. Let's do one thing. Process.env.3000 or I'm giving it that's crazy. This is not it should be done. This is actually gonna be port. This port I will be giving it in the command, and then I will get the port here and it will run. By the way, in the port I will be giving another port. So app.use, if I give it any data, so it could be like express.json, not required right now, but maybe. And app.listen, it will be listening on this port. The message we need to give it, that will be clg, not like this, again not like this. What is this called? I don't know. I like these things. Should I check? Yeah, I must. what to call this in JS. Backtick, okay, I got that backtick, but there is a name for it. Expressions, there are expressions. JavaScript literals, backtick character is used to define template literals. Special type of string literal that offer several advantages over. I hope they are that only. I don't know the names, but I know how to use them. Okay, crazy. Okay, they can be template literals. By the way, the server is running on http://localhost and port over here. That's it. I need just one thing, app.get/request response. We can even make it even better, like I'm gonna be telling you how, but before that, let's say hi there, something like this. How can we make it better? As we are using TypeScript, so we can give it type. So the type of this is gonna be application from express, something like this. We can give them the type, so it's gonna be request from express, and this is gonna be response from express. This is how we can just simply go ahead. Pretty much easy peasy server that we've created. Done. This thing is done. This thing is done. What next? Let's run it and test it. npm build it first of all. Okay, got an error. Come on. tsconfig, we don't have that. Okay, tsconfig got we can either create it or we can initialize TypeScript, that we were doing, but we got an error. So let's do it again. npm tsc init. Will it work? Hope so. Got the error. Could not resolve the path. Init. How about this? Yeah, it worked. So we've got this much. Let's uncomment this. That's it. Let's close this thing too. This thing is also done. Right now npm build. Let's do it again. Okay, many errors. First thing is that request. Unfortunately, that was my bad. Oh my god. Why am I getting this? Request is a type. Got that. Type. Happy? Not happy. Sorry. Then oh, come on. Bad. Really bad. And now it's good. These are the types, right? So let me do one thing. This thing. Give them the type thing. Now happy? Yeah, they are happy now. Okay, let's try to build it again. npm build. Yeah, it's working right now. Ls, it's been built. Now we can run it. So npm dev. Oh well, dev starts both the things. It builds. Oh, wait. I think yeah. I'm building it and then I'm running the dev again. That was the problem. So I should write a start here, and then let's do the same thing again. So it started on localhost 3000. So let's even check this thing out directly from here. Hi there, we are getting. That means it's working fine. Well, the challenge was not the challenge. How can this be a challenge? Now what we have to do, we have to create a Docker file. We have to create a Docker image, and then we have to run that Docker image. Right now, if I talk about the images that we have, so if I just run Docker images, so I have only these two images, and they've been pulled from the hub, from the repository, I can say Docker hub ultimately. Let's create the image of it. So for that thing, I will need a Docker file here. Docker file. So this Docker file is created, and I will need another file that is called Docker ignore, for ignoring some of the things. So ignore, yeah, here. So I have two things. First of all, let's work on this one, Docker file. Yeah, Docker ignore is going to be, I want to ignore node modules. I want modules. Yeah, I want to ignore dist file. I want to ignore Docker file itself. docker file. So this much is okay. Let's close it. Now let's write some of the commands. So first of all, I need to have a suppose I wanna build an image. For building that image, I need to have a base image, and for having a base image, I'm gonna be having a node. I can directly have node, but the thing is that I can even specify the version of node, but node is really heavy, so we will be having a thinner version of that. So node 2020 and Alpine 22 Alpine, I hope that's right. Yeah, something like this. Okay, this is the base image that we have, and after that we can just simply go ahead. So once we've got the base image, what next? We will be setting a work directory to work on. So work dir, and that's gonna be app, something like this. Come on, yeah. This thing is also done. So we have set up work dir, and after that base image work dir, copy paste the things. And the optimized way I will be writing. First of all, we will be copying package.json file. Why? Because the thing is simple. It caches the files, right? Whatever files changes, it caches them. So that is why I just wanna get the package.json file. Ultimately, it will take time to explain the things, but this is the optimized way. I will be telling why. But for that thing, I need to copy. I am just gonna be copying package files in this particular. Okay, what does this mean? That package everything that starts with the package, copy that inside the current directory. Of course, the destination. So the destination is app. So inside that it will be copying that. So ultimately everything in the current directory, that means this directory, the root directory, whatever starts with package, like this one, and maybe there could be package log that's not present here. Not here. Yeah. So it will be copying all the things related to package.json file inside the app folder. Why am I doing it here? I can explain it right here, but I don't even think it's gonna be possible to explain. But let's give it a try. The thing is that Docker container caches the files. So suppose I have built the image once. Now whenever it will cache all the files, whenever I will build the same image again, it will use the cache files. It will not rebuild the things again from the beginning. It is useful so that you don't have to just go through the build process again and again. So it caches the files just like Turbo Repo does, and then whenever you run the build command again, if nothing changed, it will use the cache files. If something changed, it will build the changed files only. Okay, and it's hard to explain. I can just write the things down and then go with the stuff. Can I do it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Go with the normal way. Then I will optimize it, because verbally it's hard to explain. So work dir. Let's copy everything in the. This is about the source, and this is about destination. So I'm copying everything from the source root file to the destination file. As simple as that. And after that, work dir. From dir we have. I have base image. I have work dir, where to work. I have even copied the thing. What next? After that, we have to run a command, and that will be npm install. We have to install the things. Once we have installed the things, what now? As we are using TypeScript, so we will be even build the project. So we will be building it. So npm build. We are building it. Once this thing is done, then we will be exposing or we will be exposing our port. By default, that's suppose 3000. Okay, so this is the port that's been exposed. We will be even checking this thing out, and after that we have a command to run at the end of the day, and that would be node, and it will be running dist index.js, node index.js. Either we can run this, or we can start pnpm. I hope it will work. Pnpm, and it will start pnpm start. I don't know about this particular thing. I'm just trying something new out. Node will definitely work. I've tried it earlier, but let's see whether this works or not. This is a simple thing, but now let's build it. So docker build, but let's give it a tag name. Tag name is going to be suppose my app, something like that, and whatever it's gonna be taking, it's gonna take from the current directory, something like this. So docker build tag name, the name, and this. Anything else inside this? Let's talk about this. Docker build. I must have saved somewhere. I know this command is right, I'm just taking some extra things. Okay, there's nothing extra, so let's click and the image will be generated. Okay, npm install error is here. What is the problem with this? Run pnpm install. Okay, for run pnpm install, pnpm not found, pnpm not found. We are using node, pnpm does not exist. Npm exists, pnpm does not exist. That's again a problem. So I think I will have to run npm install pnpm. This is crazy. Let's see. Npm install pnpm and then pnpm install the things. Let's see. Oh, I think it's gonna work. It's just installing the things, then it will, yeah. pnpm install. Yeah, why am I using pnpm? I could have gone with normal npm. Bin ssh, pnpm not found. Ultimately pnpm is not found inside ssh. Yeah, okay. Haven't I installed that? Npm install pnpm. Let's install it globally. Pnpm inside the container. It should work fine. Yeah. It's simply saying that as I'm using Alpine version, so pnpm is not present inside bin and ssh. That's okay. I may have to use node for that. Don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I had to install pnpm globally. It worked. Okay, globally means because if I were just simply installing pnpm, that was getting installed inside this package, inside the project. I don't want that inside the project. I want it globally, so that it can just get the stuff done. It can even install the things. If it is not present globally, I don't think it will be able to install, and that is why I was getting the problem. Fixed. Let's go ahead. But now, okay, let's see what all is being done here. First of all, transferring the data. Let's start from one step. From Docker, first of all, we got the image. That's okay. The second step is work dir got created. Third one is we copied. Fourth one we run npm global install. We install every package. Then we build the project, and then everything got done. But here, the upper things like third number step, second number step, and even the first number was not okay. So second and third number, these were cached. Why? Because I ran build process twice. So the first time they got cached, and then the remaining things they had to be installed. So they are installing right now. If I run again, so almost all the things will be cached. So let's see, because we have run the build command once. So right now we are seeing cached everywhere. Like all the files are cached right now. That's really amazing. That means even if first time it will take time to build the things, once it is built, then the things are going to be cached. And once they are cached, you don't need to worry about that. Even if you just build the same file again, as there is nothing changed inside that, it will not take a lot of time. It will say, I have built the same thing previously and let me use those things. It will use those things, and then you won't need to worry about anything at all. Ultimately, even if you just run the build command, doesn't matter as many times as you want, nothing will change. But if you change the things, suppose I change what? Hello there, how are you? Suppose I change this. Now it will build them because I have changed the files. What will it build? It will build all the files above that. So suppose let's run it and then I'll explain. So first of all, we got the image. Okay, we had to get the image from the, so it is not cached. That's okay. Cached work dir was cached. That's for sure. and then copy. As we have changed the index.html file, something got changed, so we are copying that changing things from here to there. So ultimately copy was not cached. Then we had to install npm, we had to install pnpm, we have to install pnpm, then every package, then we have to build that, and this is how it went. But the problem is that I just changed one thing. I just changed something inside index.ts. So if it is getting built, that is okay. But in here, we are copying everything, that is okay. Why are we installing pnpm again? Why are we installing all the packages again? Okay, we have changed the file, that is okay, the file got changed, okay, build that file again. But what is the use of installing all the packages again? If you are installing all the packages, that means it will take time, and of course time is money if I'm not wrong. Okay, so it is like that. So ultimately what is happening, that we just made a small change. We just suppose removed a question mark from here, and if we run the file, what it is doing, that it is installing all the packages again, and that is really that takes lots of time. So how can we fix this error? We can even optimize it. By the way, let's have a look at this, whether it's working the way we want it to work or not. So what is happening here, it we changed just question mark from there. What it does, only work dir is cached. Apart from work dir, third step, fourth step, fifth step, sixth step, nothing is cached. And even we are just installing the things here. In the fourth step and sixth step, we are installing all the packages, and installing takes time. So how can we make it better? How can we optimize that? It's really easy to optimize. The thing is that before copying the things, install the things. As simple as that. It's pretty easy. What is the solution? The solution is simple. Run ultimately, if you copy and then if something got changed while copying the things, all the commands will run. So it's better to use these commands at the top. So the solution is simple. Let's install everything before copying. So these things are here. So right now these things will be already installed. Something got changed in the copy section. So all the things below copy will be rebuilt. But they are not below copy, so they will not be rebuilt. But there is a problem. Copy copies everything. That means copy copies package.json. But you don't you copy everything here. But before that, inside app you don't have anything. You don't even have package.json. How will you be able to install the things? If you don't have package.json in your app directory, how will you be able to explain the things? For that thing, we need to copy package related things separately. So I'm saying copy everything package inside the source directory. So what I'm saying, copy everything related to package, like that starts with package. And where do you have to copy? You have to copy in the source destination. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it so that I should be able to install, because without package.json file I will not be able to install. And now if I run npm install globally and this, it will be able to install. This is the thing. And we are copying, then we can just copy everything. Then we don't need to even worry about that. So I can just copy everything, but whatever. And let me even make sure whether I've done it exactly. Just a sec. cd code, not like this. Yeah, I can start it. Code current directory. Let me have a look. I'm just gonna have a look whether that is exactly the right thing or not. This is where I did testing. I hope here I did Docker file. Yeah, then I copied everything, as simple as that. So then I copied everything. I ran npm build, because of course something got changed, so build have to run again, and then export it, and done. What can I do right now? Docker images. Let's have a look at the images. So an image has been created, and that is this my app. How can I run it? That's running it is pretty simple. I can run it like this: Docker run and my app, and it will start running that. Let's see whether it runs that or not. Yeah, it runs. And where can I see the result? I can see the result over here. Let's see. And well, bad. What is the problem? The problem is this: the process is running inside the container. The container has its own port. On 3000 port of the container, the process is running right now. So that means the process is not running on 3000 port of our local machine. So that is the main problem. So of course we will have to kill the process, and then we will have to do port mapping, and then so that I can get the result of the container running process on my local ports, something like that. So let's even get this thing done. So docker ps, here we are. Docker, we can first of all kill this process, so let's kill it. This is where we are. Done. Oh my god, that was bad, my bad. Docker, kill it. Right now we don't have any process running, but we have stopped processes for sure. This is the stop process we have. I think we can run it. We can run it the same process, giving some more. I think this is possible, but let's see. How to run stopped processes with some more constraint on Docker. To start, how to start process, how to run stopped processes with some more constraint on Docker. Yeah, we want to change some of the things. Docker run ti run start with a different entry point. Ti stands for what? Ti. Luckily I created the container with the it iterator. Let me try one thing. I can directly run a different container. That is possible. I can even run the same container. Before killing that, this is the one. I can run it. Yeah, it's even running. But the thing is that the port is of the container. The port is not of my device. So docker ps, if I just see docker, I will have to first of all kill it. So ps docker kill. Okay, bad. I have killed it. Docker ps, there's nothing right now, but docker ps is stopped. I'll be getting all of them actually. I have 3 processes. 2 processes were about my app. I wanna just do one thing. Docker run. I'm not sure I can start with that. Let's see. For now, let's do one thing. Let's remove these. First of all, I'm gonna be removing this. The second thing is that I will be removing that. Docker ps. Well, what am I going to do right now? I'm gonna be running the same process, docker run, but this time I will be specifying the ports. So port is gonna be 3000 on my local device, and it will be running on 3000 port only on the container, and inside the container it will be running on 3000 port, but I can give it some different ports too. Let's see. And my app, I can give it a name too, but okay, let's forget about the name right now. Right now, if I check the result, I should be able to get the result. Localhost. Let's close even this one here. Why am I doing it manually? Let's click on the link directly. It will open it, and here, hi there, how are you? I'm just simply getting it. The question is that this is not the only thing that we can do. That process is already running. That's okay. Let's even kill that. Docker ps, docker kill. Let's kill it. Okay. Okay. Docker ps, docker kill. Yeah. Then what can we do now? Docker run, port is gonna be 3000, and on inside container is gonna be 3000, and we can run app, my app. But the thing is that the special thing, I can specify the environment variables, and the environment variable was port, and I can give it the port, and I can give it suppose a 4000 port. Will it work? I'm specifying for port 4000 inside the container, but I'm trying to run on 3000 inside the container, and then whenever mapping, so it will definitely fail. By the way, let's see whether it fails or not, or at least I will not be able to get the result. It is running on 4000 port, but what I said here, I want to get it on 3000 port, that is running on the 3000 port of the container, but there is nothing running on 3000 port on the container, because right now the process is running on 4000 port. That is why even on 3000 port I will not get any result. Let's refresh it. Yeah, it's like that. Why it happened? It's simple. I specified, I gave the environment, because I had set the environment variable right here on the top. Here I have process.environment variable.port. If port number already exists, and that I specified here port is equal to 4000, so if it already exists, it will not use by default 3000, so it used the 4000 port number that I provided, and once it got the 4000 port number, it started running the process on 4000 port, and when it started running on the 4000 port, and when I'm specifying my local device container, like my local device port, that's okay. I'm saying that you have to get the result of the container, you have to get the result of the process running inside the container on port number 3000. But the thing is that right now there is nothing running on port 3000, and the process is running on 4000 port, and that is why I won't be able to get it. As simple as that. So this was the thing that I wanted to try out, and it worked. Now what can I do? First of all, the process is running, so docker ps docker remove, not remove, actually we have to kill, and let's do it. ls docker process, there's no process, docker ps for all. We have these many. Let's remove the remaining ones, and then we will try one more things. Docker remove, we can remove all of them at once. It can happen like that, right? First one, then second one, then and third one. Let's do it. Done. Docker psa. Right now there are no processes, even stopped ones. What now? We can do the same thing. Docker run. We can connect to the network. Network thing will come soon. Docker run, and what do we have to run? First of all, let's decide the port number. Port number is going to be this time 3000 on the local machine and 4000 on the inside the container. So from 4000 port number I will be getting the response, and I will be getting on 3000 port. This thing is done. I will be specifying port from my on site, so port is gonna be 4000, and my app. Right now the process is running on 4000. I'm even asking for the process that's running on the 4000, and I'm getting that on 3000 port on my local device. So if I just get it, I will not get it by the way here, because the process is running on 4000 inside the container, but I am getting the response on 3000 on my device. So I should add 3000 here. Why? Because even if the process is running on 4000, but that is not running on my machine, that is running on the container on 4000 port, and but in my machine I am getting the result, though the process is running on 4000 port, I am getting the result on 3000 port, and that is why I will have to use 3000 over there. This is how it went. Docker ps docker, is this still running? Let me check. If I just stop it, I think so, it keeps running actually. The process keeps running. Yeah, it's still running, so I will have to kill that, and then it will stop running. Docker kill. What do I have to kill? I have to just kill the process that's running right now. Simple. ls, I have to go to get some water. I have to leave right now, unfortunately. Then I'll be back and continue from here on. Docker, this day I will not watch any video actually. I will just revise everything. I will do some testing stuff, see whether it works or not. So this is what I'll be doing right now. I'll be doing even further after coming from there, but right now I need to go. But before that, docker ps a, there is still that. Ultimately we've done this much. Next thing, we have built the image, we have even run the image. We will be even pushing the image to the Docker hub. We will be doing all these things. We will be creating volumes, we will be creating networks, we will be even getting connected to them. We will run one project inside Docker Hub, we will run another project in another Docker. We will run two projects in two different containers, and then we will make both the containers talk to each other. It's gonna be really fun. Okay. By the way, that was it for now. I'm gonna be catching up after 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes it may take, and then I'll be back and continue as usual. Take care. Thank you very much for being here with me, and it's gonna be really fun exploring the things. So we will be exploring together. Take care.